It's September again, the leaves are changing and so is the iPhone. Apple has once more pulled back the curtain, this time revealing the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The excitement is palpable, as it always is. We've all seen the slick presentation videos. We've heard Tim Cook use words like magical and revolutionary, but after the confetti settles, we're left with the real question. Is this new, shiny rectangle actually a meaningful step forward, or is it just another incremental update wrapped in a new marketing campaign? The buzz is always loud, with rumors and predictions filling the internet for months leading up to the launch. Everyone wants to know if this is the year they finally need to upgrade. The expectations for the iPhone 17 Pro Max were sky high, perhaps more so than in recent years. Users have been asking for specific things. They want a battery that doesn't just last a day, but a day and a half. They want a phone that doesn't feel like a hot potato after a long gaming session. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty details, it is important to set the stage. Let's start with the engine of this new device, the A19 Pro chip. Apple claims it's their fastest, most efficient processor ever. Of course they do, they say that every year. But this time, the focus isn't just on raw speed. The big story is the introduction of a new graphene-based cooling system. For years, iPhones have struggled with heat when performing demanding tasks. This new system promises to dissipate heat more effectively, allowing the phone to sustain peak performance for longer without throttling. This is a significant engineering feat, a direct response to user complaints about overheating during intense gaming or 4K video recording sessions. Next up is the battery. Apple is notoriously cagey about exact battery sizes, but they are promising a significant improvement. They claim the iPhone 17 Pro Max offers the longest battery life ever in an iPhone. My testing so far seems to back this up. With what I'd call heavy use, lots of video streaming, photo taking, and GPS navigation, I was consistently ending my day with around 40% charge left. The camera system gets a major overhaul, as expected. The star of the show is the new 10x periscope telephoto lens. This is a huge jump from the 5x zoom on previous models. The promotion display is now even brighter, reaching up to 2,500 nits of peak outdoor brightness. Storage options have also been updated, with the base model now starting at a generous 256 gigabytes. There's also the long-rumored under-display Face ID system, which means the dynamic island is gone. Instead, we have a simple, small circular cutout for the front camera. So, Apple threw a bunch of new technology into a familiar glass and metal sandwich. What does it all mean for you? Let's start with that new cooling system. If you're a serious mobile gamer, this is the feature you've been waiting for. I played an hour of a graphically intense game, the phone got warm but never uncomfortably hot. More importantly, the frame rate stayed smooth and consistent. For casual users, this might not seem like a big deal. It matters for editing a long 4K video. It also matters for using navigation on a hot day. The improved battery life is perhaps the most universally beneficial upgrade. It changes how you think about your phone. You no longer have to carry a battery pack just in case. You can go out for a full day and night without constantly checking your battery. That new 10x periscope camera is genuinely fun to use. It opens up creative possibilities for photographers. At a kid's soccer game, I could get clear, crisp shots from the sidelines. At a concert, I could finally see the musicians' expressions. The larger main sensor also makes a tangible difference. Everyday photos, especially indoors or at night, look brighter, sharper, and more lifelike. And what about the removal of the dynamic island? Watching videos now feels truly full screen. These quality of life improvements combined make the phone feel like a meaningful step forward. Let's put the iPhone 17 Pro Max into context. How does it stack up against the phones many people are currently using? If you're coming from an iPhone 14 Pro Max, the upgrade will feel substantial. You'll immediately notice the brighter, fully immersive screen without the dynamic island. The performance boost from the A19 Pro chip will be evident, especially with the new cooling system. The biggest differences will be the battery life and the camera system. Going from a 3x telephoto to a 10x periscope lens is a massive jump in capability, fundamentally changing the types of photos you can take. For those holding an iPhone 15 Pro Max, the decision is a bit tougher. You already have a very capable phone with a titanium frame and the action button. The main benefits of upgrading would be the longer battery life and that powerful 10x zoom. Now what if you have last year's iPhone 16 Pro Max? This is where the upgrade path becomes very narrow. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is still an excellent device. For most people in this position, the improvements might not be compelling enough to justify the cost and hassle of upgrading after just 1 year. If you are a photography enthusiast, that 10 times zoom alone might be worth the price of admission. Even the 3-year-old iPhone 14 Pro Max is still a fantastic and reliable device. Deciding whether to spend over $1,000 on a new phone is a personal decision. Let's break it down by user type. Power user. Someone who lives on their phone for work, gaming, content creation. The A19 Pro chip. With the new graphene cooling system. That combo means sustained performance for demanding apps. Longer battery life gets you through a packed day without anxiety. For these users, time is money. A faster, more reliable tool can be a worthwhile investment. The upgrade from any previous model will likely feel justified. For the content creator or photography enthusiast, the decision hinges almost entirely on the camera system. That 10 times periscope telephoto lens is a serious tool. It unlocks a new level of creativity and versatility. If you constantly want to get closer to your subject, or you make a living creating visual content, this upgrade is a no-brainer. Now let's talk about the casual user. This is the majority of people. Communication, social media, watching videos, maybe some light gaming. Are you someone who upgrades every year? Or do you hold on to your phone for 3 or 4 years? However, if you're on a 3-year or longer cycle coming from an iPhone 14 Pro Max or older, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will feel like a revolutionary device. So, here we are at the bottom line. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is, without a doubt, the best iPhone Apple has ever made. It is a powerful, beautiful, and incredibly capable device. The engineers have delivered meaningful improvements in the areas where users have been asking for them most: battery life, thermal performance, camera zoom. The move to an under-display Face ID system finally gives us that true all-screen experience, making the phone feel more futuristic and polished than any of its predecessors. It's a fantastic piece of technology that sets a new bar for what a smartphone can be. But the real question isn't whether it's a good phone. The question is whether it's the right phone for you, right now. This upgrade comes with a significant cost. You have to weigh the new features against the money leaving your bank account. Trade-in programs can soften the blow, but it's still a major purchase. You need to be honest about your needs. If you are using an iPhone 14 Pro Max or older, and you have the budget for it, this upgrade is absolutely worth considering. The generational leap in performance, battery, and especially the camera will provide a dramatically better experience.